Hello friends, in today's story, we will read about David and Goliath. This is from the Bible, the Old Testament, first book of Samuel, chapter 17. Let's read this passage together. Now the Israelites and the Philistines were ranged against each other in battle array. And it came to pass, that's the same thing, that the Philistines advanced and that they put themselves in battle array. And there came out from the host of the Philistines a champion named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a helmet of brass on his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail. The weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of brass. And there was a shield on his knees, and the point of his spear was of iron. And the spear shaft was like a weaver's beam. And there he was, and he cried and said, "Why are you come out of your ranks and be defied by me? By me, is there no king among you? Or is my king come out to meet me? If it be so, let him come out and meet me." And again, he defied the armies of Israel, and he mocked them all. And when Saul and all Israel heard thus speak of the Philistines, they were dismayed, and they feared greatly. Now David, the son of Jesse, he went out against the Philistine, not armed at all. He also said unto him, "Thou comest against me with a sword and with a spear in thy hand. And I come against thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, your God." This uncircumcised Philistine has spoken against the ranks of the living God. And he said, as he was speaking against the one, David took his censer, filled it with stones, and poured them out of the censer one by one after the casting of the lots for them unto David. And Saul gave them unto him and blessed him. And Saul equipped David with armor. He put a helmet of brass upon him, and he girded him with a sword, and gave him a spear, and he took a stone back, and he slung them, and he came to meet the Philistine. And the Philistine looked about and saw David, and he despised him, and he mocked him, and he was not careful. Say, "Thou comest against me with a sword and with a spear in thy hand. But I come against thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, whom thou hast defied." So the Philistine came on again and encountered him. But David took his stone back and slung a stone, and he hit the Philistine on the forehead. The stone stuck to his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. Then David arose and ran and came to the Philistine, and he took his sword, drew it out of its sheath, and slew him. And he cut off the head of the Philistine with the same sword, and took it away with him. When the Philistines saw that their champion was dead, then they fled. And Israel went on after them and slew them till there was no Philistine left. So David slew Goliath, the Philistine. And he took the spoil of his armor, and he carried them all on him. That day, therefore, David was renowned in the land. And the women, they came out singing and dancing to meet the king. And David came on to meet them. And when he was come home, he made merry before the Lord. He also danced and sang. And he returned the spoil of the giant, Goliath, the Gittite, and brought it to King Saul. But Saul was very angry because he offered sacrifice that day. He did not offer sacrifice to the Lord. Therefore, the Lord abounded his heart. From that day forward, David, he played only in the house of Jonathan, and he went out again into his own house. And it came to pass on the morrow, that the evil spirit from God was come upon Saul. And he prophesied as he came into the city gate to meet David. and David played before the Lord. And as soon as David was come home, he heard that Jonathan and Saul, they were seeking him. And David took his wife, Michal's daughter, and he went into the city gate, and he played before the Lord. And it came to pass, when he was playing, that a messenger came from Saul, saying, Saul sent thee word, demanding to know where thou art, that he may bring thee into the palace. Then David said to his wife, I cannot go forward to the palace. I shall return to battle again while the messenger is come. For Saul, he is seeking me to destroy me. I cannot go home again. Now, fear not, my wife, for I shall surely prosper. I shall surely come again to see thee. But now I must go and play before the Lord my God. And he played there yet another song for the Lord. And afterward, he blessed her. Then Michal's daughter conceived, and when she was in travail, she called the name of her firstborn Eden. And afterwards she conceived and bare a son, and called his name Elhanan. And again she bare another son, and called his name Ephraim. 3 sons to Michal, daughters of Saul, were born to David. That's our passage. Now, friends, this is an amazing story. There are many lessons to learn here. We will try to see some of them. First of all, here we see that King Saul and all of Israel were afraid of the Philistines, of this giant Goliath. It says they were dismayed and they feared greatly. And every day, this guy would come out and mock them. In the same way, there are people who mock and make fun of Christians. Some people say there is no God. Some people mock preaching of the gospel. But if we trust in the Lord, then we need not to be afraid. And now, here comes young David, and he is going to fight with this giant Goliath. And it says, David was not armed at all. He was just wearing his shepherd's clothing. But what happened? The Lord was with David. As David was going to Goliath, Goliath was making fun of him, insulting him. But David was trusting in the Lord. Look at this verse. And David said, Thou comest against me with a sword and with a spear in thy hand. But I come against thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, whom thou hast defied. And again, David said, as he was speaking against the one, he took his censer, filled it with stones, and he poured them out of the censer one by one. What is this? Friends, this is a type of baptism. Here, David took the stones and he poured them out one by one. And this reminds us of baptism, when we confess our faith in Jesus Christ, and we go down in water and come up out of water. This is exactly like this. So friends, just as David was going to fight with Goliath, the Philistine, in the same way, we also should be ready to suffer for the sake of the Lord Jesus. And here, the censer and the stones reminds us of the ordinance of baptism. And now, look how the Lord helped David. When David took his sling and the stone and he aimed at Goliath and hit him, he hit him right on the forehead. And friends, sometimes in life, we have to aim. And we may ask the Lord, show me my Goliath and I will destroy him. We do not have to just sit and cry and complain. No, we must pick up our sling and take aim and hit the Goliath. Sometimes, our Goliath may be worry or fear or sickness or poverty. We must take aim and hit it. Now, friends, in this story, we also learn that it is a bad habit to make fun of others. When Goliath used to come out and make fun of the Israelites, in the same way, in our life also, we should not make fun of others. Even though we may be older, We should not make fun of the younger ones. Even though we may be stronger, we should not make fun of the weak. We should not make fun of people's clothing or appearance or anything. No, we should speak good things. We should speak encouraging words. Friends, there are many more lessons to learn in this wonderful story of David and Goliath. We will see them in another video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.